All right, we're live for Monday. What's up, guys? Welcome to another live stream. Let's say Monday Madness. A brick of gold or a brick of Pokemon? Let's see what he'll save on that. Good. Let's go ahead and... Ooh, we got a heat warning. What the heck? Yeah, it's going to be hot all week. I guess we're in some kind of heat dome or something. Jump over here. Let's jump over here. Some kind of heat wave. We're going live for Monday a day. There it goes. All right, so here we are. That looks good. And then let's place this over here. A brick of gold or a brick of Pokemon cards? Well, if you'd bought a brick of Pokemon cards back in 2024, you would be right now about 4 times wealthier than where you started. Let's see, because Pokemon went nuts. It went crazy. Everyone knows this now. Where does it go from here, I wonder? All right. Well, I think now's the time to invest in Metazoo. Metazoo's the next move, guys. So today we should be getting NHCC's shipping done. I brought some of his slabs upstairs, and the rest are already upstairs. So I got to re-sleeve those. That's one of the tasks I got to do. Okay, so this looks good. Let's open this up next. Let's turn on this. You're wrong if you don't like the stream. That's only if you got a brick of good cards. Brick of bulk is worthless. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about a brick of bulk. I'm talking about a brick of beautiful booster packs like these. Ooh, look at that. Nice, man. That looks good. Can we zoom out? Let's zoom out. Oh, there you go. There's a brick of Pokemon cards. All right, so what's the deal on these booster packs here? These come straight from my primary Japanese card supplier. He basically explained to me in Japan, there's a whole bunch of booster packs that are no longer sealed because in Japan they have... Pokemon card shops have like a policy where they're required to take their booster pack seals off. So he said, I can ship you a whole bunch of booster packs that are no longer sealed. And he says, it's quality product, but they're not sealed anymore. And I said, all right. So I think I bought 500 packs from him. So these are some of those 500 packs. Now, obviously, that makes me a little nervous. I mean, sealed booster box is the preferred method, right? There's no doubt about it. It's just... that's what's going on over there. So that's the deal we got, and that's what we'll be selling. And if it comes out wrong, like if it comes out, hold on, let me pin this. Hey, mister, your website won't send my forget password link. Huh, I've heard of that before. Someone else mentioned that. Yeah, someone else mentioned that was an issue. Cool playmats, bro. Yeah, these playmats are getting worn out, Mr. Mike. So it might be time to order a new one. Mister said he's buying my first edition base set Metazoo. Metazoo to the moon. I got some Metazoo. Back when it crashed to nothing, I bought a little bit just in case. And we've been steadily selling Metazoo for a while. I don't know if you guys have ever noticed that, but yeah, we sell some. It sells here and there and profitably. So it's kind of interesting because it's so cheap now. All right, so let's see your order with the CGC cards. That needs to stay here. Prism. A business inquiry. KU My Little Pony paid collaboration. I might respond to that one. All right, let's see. So I am being contacted, presumably by KU. All right, here is our tax extension. Here's Walmart. Here's confirming your scheduled payment. That's my student loan payment. Here's Patreon warning me that I need to sign into my Patreon account or it'll be deactivated. Let's see, business opportunity. So this is not an email direct from KU. This is an agency for TikTok that is partnered with KU. And they are saying we have the launch of My Little Pony. We'd love to invite you. Let's see. It's okay. So they're not looking for me to sell KU. They want me to open it up and make content with KU. Let me respond to them for once. All right. All right, so let me hit send on this. That's the first time I've ever replied to an inquiry for like maybe like an ad or something. So I'm going to reply to that because we've sold KU. KU is growing. They want to keep growing, and I'm kind of interested. It's actually cards. It's for once, it's very related to what I do. So, you know, I don't know about My Little Pony. My Little Pony does well, but I would love to see what else they can come up with. I don't know how much My Little Pony we'd actually sell, but yeah, I'm you know, we'll see what they say if they responded all to that. You know, I get ads in my email like all week long from companies that want me to like advertise something. That's what happens. With the moment your channel passes 100,000, you start getting non-stop requests for ads. They say, hey, will you make this? Will you make that? All right, let's see. That's what happened to the Game Economist too. I still get advertisement emails. They say, hey, will you play our video game? Let's see. Let's grab this. One of the things that happens when you've got a gaming channel and you reach 100,000 subscribers, you get all these emails from gaming companies. And very often they're small gaming companies and they're posting like an indie game. I'll close this. And what they do is they say, here is a code that will give you a free copy of our game. Here it is, go play it. So I get a whole inbox full of game codes that I never ever used and probably never will use. And so now it's kind of similar with this card channel as people come over and they say, hey, KU has contacted me like 3 times now. And each time they're like, hey, we want you to show off KU cards. Here, let me have a sip of my drink. Hey, what's up, Zenobius? Mr. Still paying student loans? That's right. I saw that October PSA came back. Don't remember if I paid for shipping on that already. Damien Holdings. I mean, if you did, I printed a label. Let me have a sip. Do you mean like paid for the shipping a very long time ago? If you paid for it a very long time ago, like a pre-order on the shipping, you should be able to look that up in your PayPal transactions or something like that. Feeling good. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. They're going to do my blood tests for me and tell me, just like a regular checkup kind of blood test, but they want to take the blood test because I'm on Wegovy and all that, and they want to see how I'm doing as a human being. I do not want to go, not even slightly. Imagine a disruption to your already busy schedule where you have to go sit in line at a doctor's office with a bunch of coughing old people, and then they're going to stab you and draw your blood, and you're not even going to know the results for like 2 weeks. So you don't even get, it's not instantaneous, you know, there's no instant gratification from it. So they'll tell you, and they'll send you a letter in the mail like 2 weeks later and be like, you're fat. I know I'm fat. The results will say something along those lines. They'll be like, you have elevated cholesterol, blood pressure's a little high, you know, maybe lose some weight. Man, it's the worst. And then that'll cost money too. That's not free. Even with insurance, you still have to pay for a blood test. So it's like, they'll charge me, I don't know, it'd be like $200 or some ridiculous amount to know what I already know, that I should lose a little weight. So I hate it, dude. I should just tell the doctor no, but the doctor might then say, well, I don't know if I want you on Wegovy then. I don't know what she could do. Whoa, this is heavy. Wow, this is so many cards. Look at that. That's heavy, dude. Now, where do I store this? I don't know where to store this. I didn't have a plan. I just wanted to get a good thumbnail. There's no plan. Ooh, what are these? What are those? Ooh, these have no names on them. Are these just for sale? All right. You got to ship some My Little Pony to DP Fitness. You know, if I knew he was still living there, I could get a box of My Little Pony up here as a break, and we could all pitch in, and then we could ship it to him, and he'd get a whole box of My Little Pony in the mail. Maybe he'd come back to us and hang out again. You gotta love the Japanese. They always pack their stuff so nicely. This guy takes such great care on how he packs the cards. I've been doing business with this guy for 4 years, maybe. It's been about 4 years, maybe longer. Met him online one day. He told me he wanted to distribute cards to me from Japan. He wasn't like a serious distributor either. He was like a small fry, and I'm pretty sure that's over. I'm pretty sure he's a big guy now. So he has been successful. I'm one of his clients. I don't know who else he sells to, but I know I gave him a lot of business over time. And it has been a while. I mean, we were doing business back in the Blue House, the Blue Lake House. So I don't remember how many years that was ago, but that sounds like almost 5 years ago. Ooh, I know how to tell. I think one of the earliest orders we did together was Lost Abyss Japanese. It was a big deal. Lost Abyss release date. That was in 2022. So, okay, 4 years. I was right. It was 4. Yes, it was about 4 years ago. He and I started doing, like, he and I might have had a deal before Lost Abyss, and I didn't think about it. But Lost Abyss was the first time where I said, hey, man, give me like 6 cases of Lost Abyss. And he was like, oh, you want a lot. All right. And I remember it coming in, and it all went onto a shelf. And we're down to just the last of it now. It's almost gone. All I get are OnlyFans models wanting me to be in their content. It's very tiring. Please make content with us. All right, let's see if there's any Monday orders. Sometimes people get the Monday blues. Paid content opportunity. Wow, I just got another email. I'm Malcolm from VistaCreate. Nah, okay, so I get a lot of these where they just want me to post the same content, but on their platform too. I'm going to close that. All right, so I hope you guys are having a wonderful Monday. We're in between sets, and it's almost a brand new month, so I know people are getting ready to pay bills and stuff like that. But let's have a go at it anyways. It's a wonderful Monday. Here, let's get a couple of these. What's on your mind? What are you guys excited for? I want to hear what you guys get excited for. When I hit this go live button, what kind of product do you get excited for? What kind of stuff's on your mind right now? For me, it's poker cards. I'm all about poker cards, like left, right, middle, up, down, Z dimension. Right now, I'm absolutely 100 completely obsessed, 100% completely obsessed with the poker cards. I'm kind of going on a, I better own all these Bender. By the way, that makes them not a bad investment, because you know I'm always going to be a backer of them. So you know you've got one YouTuber, one big buyer with deep pockets who's always going to be interested in them. So I'm out there pumping that market because I like them. I like them a lot. They are. They've been doing so well. Damn, dude, those poker cards have been doing so well. It's crazy. They are. I like the new zoomed out camera. Do you? All right. Send the Jason Page scammed kids 3 packs and I'll sub. What? Those kids got a deal. They got the full Jason Page signature for only 1 Gengar. That was the full signature. You know, he charges extra when it's the full signature. There's the quick messy signature. That's cheaper, right? That's only $50. The full signature, Jason Page. That's the full signature, mind you. $100. Wow. Those kids got a deal, man. All right. If the wife finds the MLP, he's in trouble again. He'll be in trouble again. Yes. Yes, that's right. I don't want him to get in trouble. Is Mega Dream restocked? Oh, good point. So Mega Dream, it is restocked. Let's get a price on it, I guess. How do I price a product like this? Let me see. Okay, let me try this. Let me try comparing it. All right, and all right, so I did some comparisons. It looks like we're going to consider selling it at $15. Let me set Excuse me. Let me set it up. Fireworks galore. Oh, we're getting fireworks everywhere out here. Every night. They're firing off big fireworks out here. Lake of the Ozarks is kind of like the sticks, right? And what that turns into is people coming out here with their family for the weekend. And they just come out here and shoot fireworks, and you can't get in trouble for shooting fireworks. So we're going to say in stock. Now, keep in mind, these are not coming from seal boxes. Again, the explanation that I received, in Japan, they're required to unbox their Mega Dreams to not resell it to America. And he says, despite that, we're going to resell it to you anyways. All right, so there's that on the website. Let's go do it in the YouTube description as well, right? So let's head over here to Japanese Pokemon. But we're going to keep an eye out on it. Mega Dream. That's been sold out for a while. It's going to say $15 now. All right, we'll leave it alone for a minute. We'll see how it does. Okay. Mr. S. Tag said anything about when they'll be open for grading again? No, I've received no letters about that. They haven't informed me of anything. They probably want out of the contracts they created where they, sell us these products for cheaper. Look at these submissions. Look at these. All on the image processing step. This one says pending receipt, like they never received it. And I'm suspecting they didn't receive it. Now, my curiosity is this. Did I just never ship it to them, or did it go missing in the mail? Ugh. There might be a way to tell. Like, if I open this up and it shows me what was in the submission. Let's see what was in the submission. Let's see. Shiny, some sort of Crobat. Shiny Star Crobat. 25th Anniversary Collection Dialga. 25th Anniversary Collection Ho-Oh. So there's Crobat and Dialga, some 25th anniversary stuff. Now look, that was supposed to be 401. Well, I submitted one on 412. Were some of those in 412? Let's see, let's open 412. Darth Vader, Sylveon. Let's do like a search. Crobat. Here's a Shiny Star Crobat. The other one wasn't Shiny Star, was it? Let's try, here, let's, dang, dude, we need to extend this to like 100 rows, but it won't let us. So it's hard to search. What were some of the other ones? They were like 25th anniversary stuff. 25th. Okay, nothing on page number 2. So my consideration is that it never got sent to begin with. And then those cards got split up into another submission, because I think it was just mine. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I have a shipment that got lost in the mail. Maybe I should check on that, actually. I think I can. So if I go to history here in our shipping labels, I should be able to check and see if we printed a tag label that was never delivered. They're all delivered, then... Actually, we should also be able to check to see if there's one around April that isn't the 412 one, right? Like, so if there was a submission completed on 412, then the label is going to come after 412. Well, if there's a label printed before 412, that's kind of a giveaway, isn't it? I've been buying 1935 Mickey Mouse gum cards and poker cards. Yeah, I like the Mickey Mouse gum cards. They're sometimes they're very cheap. Not always, but sometimes they're very cheap. And it's just sort of like, isn't it like 100 years old? It's really old. All right, so we're searching tag. Yes, here they all are. Lots of tag submissions. And we're going by date printed. And you know what I'm seeing? I'm not seeing a label for 4/1. I see a label was printed on 3/23. And then I see another label printed on 4/13. That would be one day after 4/12, which was the other submission. So the mystery is solved. I probably created that submission, but never sent it to them. Oops. I wonder where it is then. Did it get disassembled? Is it just sitting on a countertop somewhere? I doubt that, because I would have ran into it. So it's likely just never been shipped. I mean, there was no label made, so there would have been no attempt to ship it at all. All right, we're going to start opening some cards now. I have so many poker cards for Mr. They're not that common. You may have what feels like a lot, but relative to the number of collectors in America, it's not a lot. You don't have that many. No one does. No one has a lot. When you look at some of the, when you look at like the pop counts on these poker cards, it's nothing. Five of the Chinese Hidden Fates. I'm a big fan of the Chinese Hidden Fates. They're a very special set. It's really old now. Yeah, let me grab a red deck Charizard. That's probably one of the best, most desirable cards from the poker collection, right? Red deck Charizard. Red deck, I like yellow deck, but you know what? It just so happens to be the case. Let's find a red one. Here you go, 1996 red deck Charizard. So I think one of the things that's going on with the red deck is people just prefer to have the Charizard on the back rather than the Pikachu. But also, they titled this 1996. They titled the Pikachu one 1998. So that means it got reprinted later as a blue and a yellow deck. So that's really interesting to me, and kind of makes sense. The red and green were the first games to launch. Now let's get a pop count on this. So you should get one of every color of the Charizards, right? You should get red, green, blue, and yellow. So you have one of each. That would be the proper way to collect it, right? We're going to see what the pop count on this is. I pulled 101 FIFA World Cup stickers. You should look at your Magic the Gathering Lord of the Rings collector box. Boxes are going insane due to scarce supply. I think a box sold for 10,000. Saw Moist Critical's video on it. I don't have any sealed boxes of it, but I do have some more loose packs on it. All right, so check this guy out. He's the Chase Charizard, right? He's the number 1, and his population is just 43. So you're looking at a 1996 Charizard with a population of 43. That's rare. That's rare, and you never see those sell for a lot of money. It just makes no sense to me. And to me, it just sort of means that they're underpriced. That's what it means. We are. You know, I compare them to the Topsun Pokemon cards. No one in America ever collected or played with Topsun, ever. No one played whatever Topsun is, right? It's just this random, like, Sealdos, Cardos, you know, random thing from Japan where, you know, investors and collectors were told this was the first Pokemon card set ever printed, but it was all a lie. PSA had wrongly titled them 1995. They were actually 1997. So Topsun was a big money pit for early collectors and investors because they thought they were buying the oldest Pokemon card set ever, and they weren't. They weren't. This is actually older than Topsun. Topsun was 1997, and PSA started correcting the labels on the more recently graded ones. And their prices are still really high, but they aren't what they used to be, but they're still really high. Yeah, we've got Golisopod. One more pack. Come on, we need a full art. We need a shiny. Ooh, no shiny. You got this wonderful Raichu, though. I'm going to sell my Lord of the Rings cases. Yeah, you got some Lord of the Rings cases? Yeah, I didn't, I don't know if I bought more Lord of the Rings. I don't think I did I? Here's a little Cubone. Here's a little Charmeleon. Let me get some commons out of here for you, okay? Here's a little Pikachu. Just to help you out a bit. There you go. All right, coolio. Cool beans. I'm going to sell my Lord of the... Oh, I already read that. I think I was looking at the price of Lord of the Rings, but not interested in buying it. But let's put this in the Miss Kayla's bag. Here you go, Kayla. It's always cold before it gets hot, Miss Kayla. Help me out too, mister. I'm going to help you out, Mr. Surge. Now, let's take a look at what he's talking about real fast. Lord of the Rings, Magic the Gathering, Collector Booster Box. That's a long thing to type in. I'm looking for it. This one appears to be 2,000. You sure it's 10,000? Are you talking about a case? Boxes are going insane. I think a box sold for 10K plus. I don't think so. I mean, here's a box right here for 2,000. Now that's more expensive, obviously. I'm not going to be buying that. They can go they can go ham on it. I don't care. I'm not buying that. That's way too crazy. That's too crazy for me. But that could cause us to update our prices. Let's take a quick look at how that might change our pricing. I don't know if it was that high when I looked. Divided by what, 12? Is it 12? So, what are we charging on our packs? Ninja, Lord of the Rings. We're pretty close already. So, it looks like we'd already calculated for it. But it's going to change to $225. So, we're going to hit save on that. So pretty simply, our remaining Lord of the Rings packs shall become $225. You know, the collector boosters have done well for me. That's why you see me restocking them or like taking on new sets. So there's going to be Lord of the Rings. Sent another order, mister, to get wrecked. I think there's a difference between collector and special boxes. Let's see. Lord of the Rings booster, quick edit. I'm pretty sure the one that everybody wanted was the collector booster box. That was the one that had a chance for the one ring, the one ring, the one ring. Have you heard about the one ring? Oh my God, the one ring. God, that was so annoying. TCC, I bet you haven't heard about this. I bet I have. Bet I heard about it too many times by now. Yeah, but they're gonna have the one ring in the Lord of the Rings set. It's gonna be the one ring. You didn't hear about that, did you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Boop, 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 boop. Good niche from Belgium. What? It's Guten Morgen over here. All right. Ready? Let's let this. No, it's not. It's like 2 p.m. over here. It's more like Guten Abend or something. Nothing this. Oh. Oh. German language is a lot of fun. They got a lot of fun sounding words. I love their whole like compound words kind of thing where they get like they get like 2 gigantic words and put it together to mean something like keyboard. Oh! Woo! Look at that. Wow, what did I tell you, Miss Kayla? It's always cold before it gets hot. Didn't I just say that? I just said that. Wow. I keep telling people to open this. And by the way, I restocked it again. Like, I don't know if it's as hard to pull this guy as it was to pull the Hidden Fate Zard, but I suspect maybe not. Here it is. Great set. Great set. I really enjoy it. This is our second one. We pulled one before. Wow, look at you, Miss Kayla. What do you guys think? Is that a Hall of Fame pull? I feel like maybe it is. Hey, Mistress Me Elizabeth, I know I have some stuff with you and still paid for shipping, but still not ready to ship. Am I still within the time frame, or do I need to buy more stuff? Well, I could probably update it for you if you want. Hold on, let me finish this order, and then we'll go looking for Miss Elizabeth. Look at that. She dutifully ordered 5 more packs or 6 more packs, and boom, Charizard explodes out of those packs. That's exactly what it means to not give up on your Poke Faith. I had a feeling he was close. Something was close. I mean, here's the great part. Even if you didn't pull that guy, you could have pulled Shiny Umbreon. So it's like, there's usually something close. And there's a lot of great cards in this set. You came in at just the right time. Oh, look at this. Bonus. Rowlet bonus pull. All right. That was pack number 6 for you. That's the bonus pull right there. He's nothing to sneeze at either. I'm coming back at some point, just taking care of some things in my personal life. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. I hope things are all getting sorted out for you and all. Here we are. Very good. Now, this is a Miss Kayla pull. Miss Kayla. Oh, dear. Oh, me. Oh, my. Congratulations. Is Mike Side watching this? Yeah, Mike Side's watching. Guten afternoon. Mike Side, look at this beautiful Charizard pull. Let's find out what this guy's selling for real fast. I'm betting he's going for about 1,000, but I'm not sure. We'll find out. It's got to say PSA 10, Charizard, AC1A. You can send this off to Beckett, BGS grading, or you can send it off to CGC grading. We do both of those right now, okay? So there's one in Italy for like 700. I don't think that would sell. Maybe it would. It looks like he does sell around 650 though. Is that right? Oh, because the English version only sells for about 1.6. Is that right? So this Charizard didn't ever really get as expensive as the other Charizards. You know, I think that's that is what you get with overprinting or something. Remember how crazy people were about that? Here we are. So this one sold for $640. Near mint. Shell is intact. Perfect condition. Shell is intact. It better be. I mean, we just assumed that. Why would it ever not be? All right. Close this up. Send to AGS. It's better. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'm not a huge AGS fan personally because I always felt like their ad that, you know, they have AI doing the grading was not a very good like cornerstone to build the whole identity around. There we go. Very nice. That seems like a good price to break. I'm afraid my husband might yoink it from me. Well, he can't yoink it from you as long as it's over here, I suppose. Now, Miss Elizabeth was mentioning something. Let's see if you're still over here, Miss Elizabeth. You better be. Put these here. We have Eddie Morales, Edward, Edgar, Efren, Eduardo, Edward, Ed. Oh, you know what? I didn't see your bag. Did you have much in it? Was it a tiny bag? Would I have kept it in here? Tell me a little bit about your bag. Was it a big fat bag? Oh, that's Elijah. Ah, here it is. Elizabeth. Found it. Okay. Not expired. That's an old bag. All right. It was a smaller bag. That's why I missed it the first time. It's yours. Your hubby shouldn't take it. Tell those hubbies to get lost. Tell him to go get his own Charizard. You could use it as leverage. I remember those good hours. The company I worked for that allowed me those kind of hours moved to Florida so they don't have to worry about taxes. What? Company relocating to Florida? I've never heard of that before. There you go. Why would they do that? It's almost like they want good tax policies. So we'll say it's a pretty small bag, I guess. We'll say $6.26 for you, okay? Here you go, Miss Elizabeth. So you have nothing to fear for quite a while. Whole year from now. Thanks for checking in. That's the thing to do, by the way, guys. You got to check in with me so that I know your bag's not really abandoned. All right, look at that Charizard. Again, population 43. And how much of this is there really left? There's like one deck of it left on the market, and it's pretty expensive. And it only has like a 1 in 3 chances of actually having the Charizard inside. So more likely than not, it's not a Charizard deck. So really let that sink in. That's quite rare. He is a rare little Pokemon. Did you guys see this? Look at this cute Yoshi. Isn't that adorable? Yeah, just a little bag. I don't have a credit for shipping. I did have a credit for shipping. I didn't see it, so no big deal. Just wanted to pop in. That's a good thing to have done, Elizabeth. Everyone should do that. My bag is 1,000% abandoned, but I still come around to watch. Oh, that's nice. They called the health department on themselves and got shut down. Can no longer have production in the state of Mississippi. Nice. Might as well move to Florida. All right. They called the health department on themselves? You mean like one of the workers did? All right. So for today, we're starting off with a slow Monday. Slow Monday, no orders in the queue. It's the first of the month. You guys getting killed with bills yet? Let's see. That's why I hear the first of the month is a tough time for bills. Let's get a couple slabs priced up, shall we? We got all these PSA returns. Who doesn't want a good PSA return? Look at that Krabby for $255. You can't even buy crab with us, but you might as well go buy a king crab for that money and just have a nice dinner. Of course, here's the problem with buying the $255 worth of king crab. You eat it, and then you just poop it out, and there goes your $255. That's a crab that goes up in price. Oh, very different. Curse of the Dragon. Oh, Lord. All the rent mortgages are due. Yeah, I think that's actually a pattern we've observed on this channel. On the first of the month, sales tend to dip slightly. So it slows down a little bit. We've noticed that. We've talked about this multiple times where I said, why is it slow right now? And then somebody will say, well, you know, it's the first of the month, right? All right. I just make Karis pay all the bills. Let's see. Mr. Is Krabby the tastiest Pokemon? You know what? I I think it is. I think Krabby's probably the most delicious Pokemon. You could argue Slowpoke Tail, so there's that. He's also an aquatic animal, isn't he? What kind of animal is he? He's like a water piggy thing. I don't know what to call him. Yeah, what exactly is Slowpoke modeled after? He's pink. Mortgage due. Even though I'm not paycheck to paycheck, it still hurts and I don't want to spend. Yeah, I hear you, man. It is the 29th. Slowpoke's a hippo. Oh, hippopotamus. You know, I've never eaten a hippo, so I can't comment on whether it tastes good or not. All right, so let's see. Yeah, he's a strange one. He truly feels like a Japanese made-up character. PSA 9, 2023. Left arm of the forbidden one. Left arm of the forbidden one. All right. So, why does this look really expensive? That's 2002. I specifically said 2023. That's so annoying. Oh, here we go. Okay, we've got it. So here it is. Left arm of the forbidden one. PSA 9, 25th anniversary edition. So that's this one that we've got right in front of us. And it's surprisingly expensive. It's $125. Wow. Okay, $125. Let's try Curse of the Dragon. Curse of the Dragon. Ready? Excuse me. So Curse of the Dragon's much cheaper. It's about $38. Here, let's get this out of the way. Okay. What about Klawf? I mean, Klawf looks pretty tasty, too. I think we all know what I would eat if I was living in the Pokemon universe. Bellsprout would be good in a salad. GameStop had some Slabs I was looking at earlier, and I went to buy one, and they said I have to buy it on the website. Really? Jesus. You know, that's one of the reasons why Pokemon got so expensive. Larger institutions like GameStop came in and said, we're going to buy up an inventory of Slabs. So they must have injected, who knows, maybe $1 billion worth of cash into the hobby. And this certainly drives prices up, right? So the moment they start gobbling up all these Slabs, people are getting paid, then they're reinvesting. There's fewer Slabs available. So, you know, every time somebody does that, that's going to happen. And so that's part of it. And they're just GameStop. There's, I'm sure, a bunch of smaller groups doing the same exact idea. They're saying, hey, we need to get into this. Let me inform you guys of some cheap gym breaks, okay? To have a bit of fun today. We've got this beautiful Scarlet Violet gym break right over here. It's 31 and 4. We need 2 more people for this to go off. You know it's a whole booster box, and it's pretty old. Best pull in here is an alternative art Gardevoir. So you might pull that. It's a lot of fun. Consider that. Okay, and so that's a gym break. We have another gym break over here. It's kind of a small one, too. So here's a Dark Persian 9. That's vintage Team Rocket Dark Persian. It's just a cute, lovely little card. $25 to buy into that gym break. If you just want to spend like $5, just go for the live shuffles. Maybe you'll get a snipe out of the live shuffles. All right, here's a Ruby Sapphire Spanish Mudkip. Darn, it was so close to a 10. Sam's Club going to have those exclusive collection boxes. I assume that'll make prices go down with Prismatic. Yeah, every time they print Prismatic or something like that, that should help with the price, I imagine. But, you know, we're getting further along. Prismatic's going to stop getting reprinted eventually. I don't know when, but eventually. Like, I feel like they're done with 151, for example. All right, so we're going to say PSA 9, Spanish Mudkip. Simple, right? Spanish Mudkip. And there's no examples. So let's go down here to sold. Maybe there's a sold one. Nope, no examples of a sold one. Let's try PSA 9 Spanish Ruby. Okay, Ruby Sapphire, right? And let's go with lowest price. So here's a Beautifly for $60. That's expensive. Here's Hariyama 9 for $100. Spanish Blaziken 9 for $140. Oh, okay, here we go. So here's perhaps a comparable. Ruby Sapphire Torchic Reverse Hollow Spanish 9, $325. Wow. But it has not sold. So that's just a suggested price. But look at this. Here's an Agron for $725. So people are expecting good prices on these. Here's a Septile 9 for $400. All right. So I'm going to make ours cheaper than the Torchic. Okay, so we're going to go with 250 on this. That's from the year 2004. Is Mudkip Reverse Hollow, Ruby Sapphire Spanish. He uses Borbuja, Tira una moneda, Si sale cara, El Pokemon Defensor, pasa e estar paralizado. There you go. I'm speaking fluent Spanish over here. You guys got to give me a thumbs up for that. We are. That's a special thing. You never get to hear Cardconomist speaking Spanish. All right, 5 of these. I'm feeling a little crabby today. He's not very common, so I'm not probably competing against anybody. But there you go. If you speak Spanish or a family member of yours speaks Spanish, you have to buy that Mudkip, or else you're disrespecting Spanish. Now let's see what's going on over here. Miss Kayla's ordered $3. I'm pretty sure that's going to be a pre-grade. I'm feeling a little crabby. Gengar boxes were 40, now they're 50. Couldn't sell it right then. Sam's Club can have exclusive collection boxes. So here's Miss Kayla. Can I get a top loader for the shiny Charizard? Now, we did give you that one. You also want one for Steamboat Willie and Red Darth Vader. Okay, let's grab these. Your top loader Daft. She loves top loaders. All right. We got this guy. You have a leftover top loader. You won't put Cyclops in it, maybe? I don't know. I remember you wanting that in the past. Here's Punisher. Don't tell me what to do, bro. Could you use the extra buck to top load the Hulk? The Hulk. Is that one not top loaded? That'd be surprising if it wasn't top loaded, but no, actually, I guess I might not have top loaded that one. We'll find out in a second here. We got left arm, left nut of the Forbidden One, Curse Dragon. Hey, here's a Cyclops. No, he is top loaded. Here's Venomoth. He's top loaded. So you're good there. All right. Very good. Yo no quiero Borbuja. Muy bueno. Am I doing it? Am I doing the Spanish? Get Mike's side. Mike's side's got to get this recorded. Whoa. Holy mommy. He has some sexy cards in there. All right. He's top loaded. Then the extra Cyclops is good. All right. Cool. You like top loaded cards. So. Da-da, 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 da-da. Wow, you did really well on those. What was the other card? Steamboat Willie? He must have been in a different baggie. Okay, and let's put this to the side. So you got this bag. Oh, he's got to be in here. Hello, Don Twinleaf. Here they are. Those are good. Yeah, those are very gradable. Because it do makes them feel more special for me. Oh, that's nice. So here's Steamboat Willie. All right. Oh, maybe I should have like a special price if you order enough of them. There you go. Like a 10 for 7 kind of deal or something. All right, cool, baby. So here you go. You got Darth Vader, Steamboat Willie. This way better than everything else Charizard. Cyclops, Venom. I almost call him Venomoth. Hulk, Cyclops again, and the Punisher. Look at that 3D effect. Isn't that crazy? Wow. Okay, cool. Look at you. Popping all these in here. Very bougie. All right. Miss Kayla, she's been having a weirdly good time on this channel. You are. You took like a little break and you came back and opened some more stuff, and it's just hit after hit after hit. Wow. You're going to make some people jealous, man. All right, we have an order from Javier. What's up? 3 Ascended Heroes. So here are your daily Ascended Heroes. Let's say a prayer together. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed. We'll start praying to hit something out of here. Dear Aaron Jesus. In nomine Patre et Filii. Start praying in Latin to try and pull something out of here. These are tough, man. So much money gets spent on these. This Cyclops is better than the Fire Lizard. I don't know. Well, I mean, the difference is Charizard actually gets girlfriends. Cyclops is just sort of like, you know, he's like one of those basement dwelling, you know, Pokemon card collecting incels, angry at the world and women. Vendor got robbed for $150,000 worth of product yesterday in New Jersey. That's grand theft. You have to go to jail for like 20 years for that. That's like stealing diamonds from people. Yeah, that is so relevant. In the title, what's the title of today's stream? Today's stream is titled Monday Madness, a brick of gold or a brick of Pokemon. You can't steal. 150 is like stealing 3 cars from someone. Like 3 Toyota Ford, no, I'm sorry, Toyota, what am I trying to say? RAV4s. There we go, RAV4. That's like 3 of those in a row. You've just committed one of the largest thefts anywhere. You can't just steal $150,000 of cards. If those guys get caught, and presumably they will, if those guys get caught, they're going to jail forever, man. That's one of the things people don't appreciate. They look at Pokemon and they want to steal them because they go, hey, those are worth a lot. Yeah, that means the jail time is larger. Hey, if I could just steal those, I'll have $150,000. Yeah, you'll have like a 20-year jail sentence. Vendors start pew-pewing thieves, they will stop. Well, let me ask AI. If someone steals $150,000 of jewelry in New Jersey, what's the typical jail sentence for that? That's a big crime. All right. 10 years state prison. It depends on if it's a first-time offender. A second-degree offense is presumption of incarceration. Wow. So they'll get a 10-year prison sentence for that kind of theft. That's not as bad as I thought. It's not 20 years. It's not life in jail. But 10 years, I mean, that's a long time. You're going to jail for a long time. That's not a... Wow, that's real. Look at that. That's rough, man. That's Ascended Heroes for you right there. I'm telling you, that's a tough set. That says it's not as tough as Prismatic. Okay, Prismatic definitely takes the cake. But Ascended is up there. It's a tough one. The justice system sees Pokemon cards as not money worthy. I don't think that it works that way. I think that as long as you can prove that the cards are worth $150,000, I think that they're going to get charged with the theft of $150,000. They're going to say, yeah, that's $150,000. Like, you can't go and steal $150,000 of maple syrup, and they go, well, it's just maple syrup. People actually steal maple syrup, as crazy as that sounds. You can't go steal $150,000 worth of museum art or baseball paraphernalia. So it's in that category. And I do think that the judges will punish you for $150,000. But I think the perpetrators don't understand that. It's the justice system likely does understand it. 150 is 150. But the people doing the stealing feel like they're just stealing a kid's card and getting rich at the same time. No, dude. You're signing up for serious jail time. You're signing up to go to jail for a decade of your life, and everything is destroyed when you come back out. You have no job. You've got this really horrible record. Your kids have grown up, if you even have them. Your wife's divorced you because it's a 10-year jail sentence. Everything's over for you. Over some Pokemon cards, you thought you were going to get rich, and you're not, because how are you going to liquidate that without getting caught? It is Magneto. But also, when the crime is that large, it's not just some small cop department going after the thief. You know, the FBI gets involved. Let me ask. AI is so good at this. It's basically an advanced Google search. When $150,000 of anything gets stolen, like jewelry, paraphernalia, collectibles, how do they find the person who stole it? And does the FBI ever get involved? Let's see. It depends on how the theft occurred. Let's see. So it's talking about the methods they'll use. It says the FBI will get involved, but not immediately. The FBI gets more interested if the thief crosses state lines and if the property is sold across state lines, and especially if it's organized theft. If the thief involves interstate fraud or wire fraud. Wow. So the investigation begins with local police. That's how it starts. So they don't automatically go to the FBI, but they could go to the FBI. Okay, that's really interesting to know. All right, so here's Magneto, because everyone talks about this stuff, but it's good to have, like, more concrete answers. And a lot of that makes sense. Like, why would they escalate it to the FBI before trying to figure it out themselves? All right, Magneto Gold Refractor. You watched the maple syrup heist that happened in Canada many years ago. They stole millions of dollars. Yeah, I did, actually. Yeah, people can steal anything. They can steal maple syrup. It's still it's still $1 million in theft, right? So it doesn't matter that it's just maple syrup. What matters is that $1 million is gone, because that maple syrup would have sold for $1 million. All right, so let's take a look at this guy. I don't see an exact match. He is out of 50. We have one that's kind of similar. So this one here is out of 50, but it says gold wave refractor. Gosh, gosh. They want 600 for that. I don't know. Let me check sold. Yeah, people think because the product isn't like a gold watch that it won't be treated like somebody broke into a jewelry store, like it won't be treated seriously. It's like, you're wrong, dude. It will be treated seriously. ChatGPT understands me. Robots. Remember when they stole the whole truck of Kit Kats, like over 12 tons? Oh yeah, the Kit Kat company put out a statement on that. Was that ever found, or was it truly stolen? All right, I don't know if I want to charge $600 for a Magneto 9, but we see this happen a lot. I'm going to ask $400. Well, let me try doing one more thing. So it's a gold refractor, right? Let's try typing in Topps Marvel gold refractor. So let's remove Magneto from the search and see what other kind of cards we have. And also, let's add the date, too. Let's add 2024, because that's when it's from. So that'll help us narrow down what sets we're looking at. All right, Gold Refractor Iron Man, PSA 9, $700. Black Widow, $330. Here's some auctions. Here's one for $130, but it's like Spider-Boy. Wow, Venom out of 50 is $1,138. Wow, so gold refractors do sell for some decent money. Here's Carnage for $350. So I was going to do about $400 on Magneto. And honestly, maybe this guy should be listed on eBay. That's one to list on eBay, because I highly doubt you guys are going to buy that. I've not sold any big, expensive Marvel cards on this table, ever. They've never sold. I think you guys don't like them. Ivan Rodriguez says he'll take the Curse of the Dragon. He's cursed. All right. Hey, what's up, Ivan? Whoever stole 12 tons of Kit Kat had their priorities right. Yeah, I don't know. What can you even do with that? How do you resell that? I mean, I guess you can resell it to like a grocery store or something and distribute it somewhere. They must have a system to distribute it, or they wouldn't have bothered trying to steal it. Right? You have to have a system of distribution. All right. I see Mr. Brian Dominizak's trying to send in an order, but that's not in yet. Here's David Moray's 2 Trump packs. All right, let's get a Donald Trump. I was watching the news today, and I was reading a statement from the Israeli defense secretary, and he was stating really strongly that whatever deal America makes with Iran and Hezbollah, Lebanon, whatever deal we make, they don't have to honor it. And it was like, yo. So now we understand part of the complexity of trying to end the war in the Middle East right now. So the United States may want to end the war, but Israel's not interested. They're split on it over there. Whoa, there it is right there, guys. That's the card we're looking for. Very cool. Oh, man. And it was in a pack with a rainbow. Oh, why couldn't it have been the rainbow? All right. Let's see. What are you even saying? Resell Kit Kat bars? They're eating those. Yeah, maybe. They're the Formula One shaped Kit Kats. Oh, so you think maybe it's actually people genuinely reselling them as a collectible? That's cool. I don't know. Yeah, that's weird. It seems like if a missing case of Formula One Kit Kat bars showed up, you could just be like, "It was you. You're the thief." Their objective is already complete. Israel is just doing nonsense now, killing so many civilians. He did say something like Israel needs something like a guarantee, like for their future. I think he said something like that. Like, we need safety guarantees. It was a long statement. I read it, and I kind of got this feeling like they're pretty nervous. They don't feel like I think they don't believe that the war is over and that Iran's just going to restock probably and go right back to war. So from the sound of the statement, he was not at all having any faith that Israel wouldn't just get attacked again in the future. And it's like, how can you blame him? It's like, I think it probably, if I had to bet, if I was betting real money, I'd be like, yeah, probably there will be another attack. It is. I actually agree, whether you think it's right or wrong. You know, historically, they have not done well. They don't play well together. So maybe they feel like there's no guarantees or something, or maybe their objective was simply to completely destroy the Iranian Revolutionary Guard. I don't know, but they don't think that things the way they are will end in peace in the future. It'll just end in a war later. It is. You read it as well. Their objective was denuke Iran. If they single is harder, the great cards. Netanyahu doesn't want to end the war. He has a court case coming up. Maybe it's a weird American version of Robin Hood, where instead of feeding people normal food, they feed them Kit Kats. It was Robin Hood. He stole the Kit Kats. He's always such a do-gooder. Here's Jose Trevino, 10 pokey shuffles. You got it, man. But so there you go. That's the complexity over there. Is even if Iran agrees to stop fighting, Israel may not want to stop fighting. Ready? We got 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ooh. Very good. Okay, Mankey. Here's me out. And the star card, and it cannot be re-rolled. All right. Well, technically, I think the star card needs to head off to, what is it? It's got to be the Ghastly, right? I think Ghastly's been up there a long time. You're going into the Ghastly break. Where's the Ghastly break? It's the Heartbreak, right? Here it is. So Ghastly's been sitting here for a while. You're going in. Jose Trevino. You can't re-roll this one. It's impossible by design. So congratulations on your win. You're going to get a slab anyway. So this is a lucky roll. It's a double hit roll. So there's $40 worth of a break spot. And you never know, Mr. Jose. You might be the one to pull the Ghastly. It happens to somebody. One person gets it. So you might be the one. Now, that's up to 8 out of 13. That's getting real close now. The next step is this goes back into the Pokey Shuffles. Mr. In Florida, if credit cards are stolen, it's in the art galleries category. Single cards are not as crazy. It's in the art galleries category. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, wait, just 8. Okay, here we are. Very nice, man. Yeah, so they count as stolen art. That pretty much makes sense to me. Here's Charizard 9. Place this up here. Charizard. Whoa. It feels like we could use some more slabs in the Pokey Shuffles. But we're kind of having a problem. All of the slabs we have are expensive. We need a tag return really bad. That's where the cheap slabs are. I sent more of the pricey stuff to PSA and more of the cheap stuff to tag. So we were having that as a problem. Is it this one? No, it says P9 on it. Oh, very good. Okay. Wow, you got a $120 roll from this round, Jose Trevino. You did very good. So you've pulled this PSA 9 Charizard. Now you could keep them or you can re-roll them for $70. Don't you have a lot of 9s you can add in there? Definitely, but one of my rules is we don't add too many 9s to the Poke Shuffle box ever. It's just not allowed. Keep? Yeah, easy keep. Why re-roll it? You've already won. Okay, you've done very good, Jose. Today, you spent $50 on a round of Poke Shuffles and walked away with $120 worth of stuff. That's a winning round. Here's Joseph Smith, 2 other shuffles. Poke Shuffles continue to be one of the most sold things on the channel. It just sells all the time. Sleeping Charizard, great pull. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. All right, 2 other shuffles. 2 cold other shuffles. You guys ever thought of opening the other shuffles? What do they contain? Non-Pokemon slabs. So like Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, One Piece, all that jazz. Yu-Gi-Oh cards can go in there. It works exactly like the Poke Shuffles, though. Here's a Rayquaza. We need to price up this Rayquaza. Look at him. Doesn't he look pretty? So that's Rayquaza XY. Looks like we once gave it a Cardconomist 8. Back when we were grading a lot of cards. We don't grade cards anymore, do we? Kind of makes me sad. So we got Rayquaza 75. All right. So the PSA version of this card would be 160. Let's sell it at 75% of that value. So we're going to sell for 120. So this is 75% the cost of a PSA slab. It's great if you're a big fan of what we do over here and you just want a nice little piece of history from the work we did in the past. Order a TMNT, mister. Need a new bag, by the way. You ordered a TMNT? Very cool. That's a great set. Mr. Anthony Haymeyer. This and store credit for TMNT. Oh, here we are. Okay. Yeah, your lovely, what was that? It was a PSA 9 thing last night it sold. It was a gym break. Mew. So that is being turned into a pack of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And hey, maybe you pull a big chase card out of there. You graded my Blockbuster card yet? Not yet, not yet. I know, we're taking our time on it. Here's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping Karis will encapsulate her own drawings because I taught her how to do that. And then when she does that, she'll be forced to update the computer. So I let her update the computer. It hasn't been updated in a long time. So once it's all, you know, warm and running, then I'll be like, all right, step aside. Is that lazy of me? Maybe. It most definitely is. Let me get you a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. I should tell her to get on that. She's been very busy lately. Like, more than normal. She's already always very busy. All right. Holy crap, I have a base YAML sticker. What? Not YAML the camel. It's YAML. Wait a second. I have a base YAML sticker, and it's worth 1K. CGC could help the Poke Shuffles. Yeah, so CGC is getting a lot of junk cards. So we have 2 CGC submissions out, and they primarily have junk. So you're gonna see a lot of junk slabs coming back. And you know, I'm just saving certain types of cards for tag when they open back up. I like tag better than CGC. Ragamuffin Raptor, Bebop Warthog Warrior, Manhole Missile. So by the time we get those CGC submissions, a lot of these good PSA slabs could be sold, and now you're stuck buying, you know, kind of less impressive CGC cards. So, you know, if you're holding back to kind of see what's coming next, I wouldn't hold back on a good PSA 10. Here's Novel Nunchaku, Fugitive Droid. Yeah, because I haven't sent anything important to CGC, just kind of like the junk. Donatello, Way with the Machines. Now, if we can get a pristine 10 on the junk, that's great. That'll still be worth something. But, you know, the top tier stuff is being saved. Here's Turtle Van, love it. Vernal Fen. Turtle Van again. Ooh, Leo's Katana. Wow, that's cool, man. And Don and Leo Problem Solvers. All right. Wow. Mutagen. Such a cool set. I hope all the value holds after the World Cup is over. America's going to win the World Cup. Here's Turtle Van. Ooh. Here's Donatello, Way with the Machines. The news today is Mega Dream is back on the menu. Mega Dream. It's back on the menu and is $15. Go give it a try. And now this goes to Mr. Anthony. All right, Anthony, let's see. Let's see. Where have we been keeping you? Probably not in here. That's pretty cool. What should I do today after the stream? I need to get like some kind of work done. Oh, you know what? I'll be helping Miss Alexis prepare Mr. NHCC's shipping. That's what I'll be doing. That one's important. There's a lot of slabs in there, so we're going to try and squeeze that by. Hopefully Canada doesn't get all picky about the import fees. So what I have to do, I have to get all these slabs. We're going to remove all the price tags, and then we're going to divide the value in half. Why? We don't want all the hottest slabs in one box and all the cheap slabs in another box. We want to divide it in half so that it's not so crazy looking. That's a whole job to get done. New bag? All right, new bag. Here we are. That's a whole job. Right, like if he has two $500 slabs, we got to split those into two separate boxes. We don't want those going in the same box, because if they open it up and determine how much they're really worth, they could get really annoyed and angry and be like, you underdeclared. So that's a whole job with the international shipping. We're going to say 6.26. Hey, mister, I've been away for a few months thinking about canceling the Pichu slab away. I kind of feel bad. I forgot about it. I did buy a Rev Hollow CGC recently. Here we are. No problem. You're allowed to cancel slabs. Just be aware that the when you cancel it, there's a $20 cancel fee. And the amount that you're owed back, let's say you have equity on the card. You're allowed to get that paid back to you, but before we pay it back, we look for a difference in prices online first. So like, for example, let's say that card has fallen in value from how I would normally price it, which is usually just buy it now information. But sometimes we take last sold into consideration too. It just depends. Like if there's one for sale for 1,000 and then there's one that last sold for 200, we take that information into consideration. But usually we take a look at the price of the card, and if it looks like you quit the card because it got cheaper over time, there's a fee for that. Basically, you pay the difference. So the difference comes out of the equity. Equity? I said equity. I've been MIA. You said it's a Pichu slab? Let's take a quick look at it. I'm curious. How's it doing? I mean, it probably went up in price. Everything's been going up in price, so you're probably fine. Let's see. Pichu. We have a Greg for Pichu right here, and it looks like you put a little bit of money into it, and it's a Pichu reverse for $580. All right. Pichu reverse. I put an order on the website. All right, we'll take a look at that as well. And you're saying this Pichu is the Neo Reverse Hollow? If it's the Neo Reverse Hollow Pichu, it does actually look like it might have gone down over time. Because here's one for 4 honeys. So yeah, I can understand wanting to cancel it when it goes down in price. But you got to remember, when that happens in slab away, you pay the difference on it falling. It is just like when the card goes up in price, I don't take that from you. I don't change the price of it. So if you get lucky and it goes up in price, it's almost like you've leveraged the card like a financial asset. You know, you ever heard of like, you know, leveraging in the stock market? So it's kind of like that. If it goes up, you get to keep all the benefit. If it goes down, you don't get your equity back. You get the equity minus the change. And we do that to stop people from taking my slabs and speculating on the Pokemon market for like $20 or something, you know what I mean? All right, let's take a quick look at this website order. We had to do that because you know what happened over time? All right, here we are, Mr. Brian. All right, Brian, you know what happened over time is we found out if people would they would keep slabs that go up and they'd quit slabs that go down. So that's why we had to create that rule. So we got English Yu-Gi-Oh! Rarity V. Oh yeah, we still got those Rarity Vs. And then 3 Waifu shuffles. Hell yeah, dude. Yes, there hasn't been any listed. There was only one listed for 600 the other day. Oh, okay, so it must be a different Pichu. I assumed you were talking about the Neo Pichu. Let me see. Must be a different one. That's Polytoad. Is it in this box? I don't want to have to stand up for it. Oh, here it is. Ah, very good. Okay. My bad. I thought it was the Neo Pichu. I should have found out what it was first. So it's the Expedition Pichu. You might be just fine. All right. Pichu Expedition Reverse. Yeah, nothing really to go off of, which is actually a good sign for the card. Let's see. There's no other 10's going to pop up like it's 20 of them. Yeah, I agree, man. Yeah, so this card, and so you won the one in April. That's what happened, and now you want to quit this one. How should we handle a scenario like that? We are. Put this back up over here. I think, at the very least, you're going to consider a $20 cancel fee. If there's none for sale, and the last sold's actually $270, but you were also the one who actually bid it to $270. How do I feel about that? I feel like that's just you getting a better deal for yourself, obviously. And there's a time cost for me not having that Pichu up for sale right now, right? So there's a time cost of that. So you've reserved my Pichu, and then while mine's reserved and you're not paying it down, you go out and get yourself a better one, and you've held mine the whole time. How long did you hold it for? Not very long, maybe? I think it was from March. I'm just thinking about how to value that, you know? So you held it from March to July, and it was $580. So let's see what $580 times 15%, let's say, and then divided by 12 times how many months is March to... How many months is March to July? It's like March, well, let's count March. So March, June, it's just 2 months. So it's like nothing. Yeah, the cancel fee is fine, actually, and everything seems fine. So you just did a good job for yourself. It's interesting to know those things and understand, like, the financial ideas behind them. Let's get 3 Waifu shuffles. For you, it will be a $20 cancel fee, and I can totally understand you wanting to cancel it. It just makes sense. It is. I'll keep the slab away. I don't care. Well, you can cancel it as well if you wish, okay? So if you wish to have 2 of them, that's fine, but you're allowed to cancel it, and it will be a $20 fee, and that's about it. So you'll lose your initial $20 down and $20 to cancel. All right, you ready? A 1, 2, 3. You know the card is almost impossible to find. It is a pretty rare card, yeah. And so if you think you just got a super good deal on the first one, and the second one's correctly priced, you could also continue paying it down. I didn't think that the price was that crazy at $580. I actually thought that was a good price. What? Look at you, Brian. You just pulled one of the better slabs in the box. So in the Waifu Shuffle, there's not a lot of Pokemon cards. And then one of the best Pokemon cards in here is actually graded by us. It's a Misty's Tears. So this card has been going absolutely nuts. And we priced this one only at a value of $140, which is undervalued. So you can crack it and regrade it if you wish, or keep it as is. Wow, look how long ago it got graded. That's a pre-order grade. That was all the way back when we were just starting. Card number 174. If I were you, I would keep it in the holder, just because it's kind of a special card in the sense that this was one of like the first 100 cards graded. You see, we started the grading at 100. So the very first card graded was 100. I did that to keep the first 100 early numbers open. I don't know why. I think in my brain, my hairballed brain, I was thinking maybe we could reserve those spots for special situations. So anyways, we started at 100. So this was the 74th card we ever graded. Some fun facts about it. Back then, I was the only one who graded the cards. So John never touched this at all. It was only me. And the encapsulator just had different settings back then. It would encapsulate more harshly. Like you can see that right here. See how it's kind of fuzzy there? Well, that's because the encapsulator would encapsulate for longer. It would last like milliseconds longer, and that actually causes the plastic to meld together longer, and it, you know, you get stuff like this. Sweet. So you can keep it, or you can reshuffle it if you wish, re-roll it. I think it's a really good one. If it were to regrade into an 8 and you got it for 140, you're doing extremely well. But I wouldn't even regrade it. Just let it be. It's got a nice story to it. So you just leave it alone and play with it. And, you know, if you're ever dying of cancer, then you can think about selling it. But for now, you play around with it. Of course, it could also regrade into a 6. Keep that in mind, okay? So it's possible for it to regrade into a 6. I can see some offsetting here to there. I can see this corner's not clean. The back looks pretty good, though. All right, so that's Brian. Very nice, man. Just a little fun information about our little group back then. It was just me doing all the grading at that point. It looked so different back then. We had a nice finished basement, and the only thing in the basement was like a TV and the encapsulator, and Karis would come hang out with me while I was working. And Nogala came in, and he did like 300 grades with us, or was it 100 grades? I can't remember, but that guy ordered like multiple thousands of dollars of grading with us, and it was so cool. There we go. All right, we're very proud of it. It was so hard to figure all that out. Now we're thinking about moving, and it's like, I don't know if I'm ready to hire somebody to do the encapsulating for us if we're just going to move. So, next up, we've got Ivan Rodriguez, legendary Pikachu Beckett 2.5 slab away. What? That one's huge. Let's go find it. All right, that's a really big slab away. Think you can handle it? Let's see, that's a big one. There it is. Oh, it's not that crazy. It's 1,000. I mean, that's a lot, but over time, it's not that bad. 6 months. All right, so check that out, guys. I'm not surprised it's sold. Beckett cards. I'm sorry. What I meant to say is legendary collection cards are just doing insanely well. They just are. Like this Pikachu sold for $200,000 as a PSA 10. So this is a nice Beckett 2.5, and it's appropriately priced at about $1,000. There you have it, everybody. Mr. Forgot my 2 rarity collection. Oh, let me finish this guy's order. My bad, dude. I was so focused on the conversation we were having about, you know, the story behind that card. Let me get you your 2 Yu-Gi-Oh! Vs. Sorry about that. Mr. Brian. All right, let's see if we get some lucky overframe cards. All right. Boop. Okay. That sounds more fair. You can keep another 10 for yourself for all that explaining. Here's Divine Arsenal. Ooh. Yeah, if you prefer to cancel it, you just send in like a penny message on PayPal or something, or however you prefer to pay. Send in like a penny message, Mr. Dracula, and say, I'd like to cancel Slab away. And then what we'll do is you'll be owed the equity on the card minus a $20 cancel fee. So if you ever decide to do that. Here's Diviner of the Herald. Ooh, very nice. All right, you get 1 sparkly card. These used to be considered really rare, right? The, man, I can't even remember what they used to be called. Starlight Rare? There's too many. Man, my brain's like an encyclopedia of little obscure card collecting terms. Just a whole encyclopedia of it. Okay, so that's for you, Mr. Brian. Now, let's find out if Brian's got a bag over here. Let's see, Bill, Bryce, Benjamin, Brett. So many things to remember, like even people's names. Pokemon names, people's names, cards names, services names. Every little detail. Your brain gets filled all the way up with it all. How could any person keep up with so much? There we go. Good. I can feel that my head is full. It's saying, hey, you sure you want to remember that? Your head's full. Now we're jumping back over here. Dooby-dooby-doo. There we go, to Mr. Ivan Rodriguez. Sorry about that, Ivan. So now it's your turn, and you've just slabbed away this beautiful Pikachu. He's affordable because he's a BGS 2.5. Okay, it's yours. And we're going to have to mark that one sold. We're going to come in here. We're going to say July 26, Ivan Rodriguez. BGS 2.5 Pikachu Rev Hollow Legendary Collection. And his price shall be $1,000. And you sent $50, so you applied $30 to it already. So $970 remains. There you go. $970 remains. Is there a way to force an authenticity guarantee when listing an expensive graded card on eBay? When listing? I don't know how that works. I just assumed eBay always does authenticity guarantee. We are? Yeah, I've never been asked that before. Here's the Piranha Plant 10, Ivysaur 10, and the Star Wars break. Isn't that lovely? Such a lovely card. We have an order of Anthony Shime, 1 Ascended Heroes, 1 Black Bolt, 1 White Flare, 1 Surging Sparks, shipping for bag and slabs. All right, Mr. Shime, how's it going, man? Mr. Anthony, I feel like it's been a while. It hasn't been a while, has it? We're going to grab one of these. And we're going to grab... Where's my White Flares at? Someone got the Pikachu? Oh, I have to mark the Pikachu as sold. My bad. So let me go to pricey out of date. It's out of date. That's true. This is sold. Wait, that's not what I wanted. I wanted to edit the Pikachu. All right, let's see. Cancel that. Edit. Sold. Ah, there it goes. It worked. Okay. We need to redo the Pricey Slabs channel so that only cards in there are truly pricey. They actually have to be expensive. They can't be like kind of pricey. They need to be pricey for sure. Here is a White Flare. They need to be like $500 minimum, maybe. Now, Surging Sparks. I know we still have some. Where are we storing it? Oh, we had an Obsidian Flames box. I didn't know that. So let me put this Obsidian Flames in the Obsidian Flames box. And then Surging Sparks is being stored where? It would be so much easier if I wrote their names down. Aha. There we go. It says I have to request an amount or something to send a message on CASHAPP. On CASHAPP. So you use CASHAPP and you're not able to send... I think the minimum amount you're allowed to send on CASHAPP is like $1, right? Let's see. Wow, it's looking nice outside all of a sudden. Sun's nice and clear. Let's get these open. Ready? Ooh. Am I missing something? Oh, you need an Ascended Heroes as well. I knew it didn't add up right. Okay, Ascended Heroes. Keeps the good stuff locked up. Who keeps the good stuff locked up? Let's grab this. Snipping that. Not me. I put all the good stuff out there. Ow. Okay. All right. One of these. All right. Speaking of the good stuff, man, we got more fun breaks on like weird booster boxes. I like it when those weird the weird boxes get opened. Ready? Snipping 1. Snipping 2. Good. Now, what do we have? Pig Knight Semi-Seer. What? It's one of the really ugly monkeys. Okay, Semi-Seer. Doesn't even look slightly like a Pokemon. Here's Cubchoo Pidove. This does look like a Pokemon. A really basic one. Okay, cute little Pidove. Surging Sparks. Precious Trolley. You and your precious trolley. And Ascended Heroes. Just a cold pack. All right. As per usual. Let's go find your bag. You don't have a box, do you? No? Okay, let's go find your bag. So you got a bag and you got a slab. Can you tell me anything about the slabs? Is it a lot? Is it a little? Rodriguez. Anna, Anthony Rodriguez. Ascended Heroes is brutal. It really is. Some really good stuff, though. How's it going today? Hey, what's up, Jonathan? You're not in box number 1. How about box number 2? You have a few slabs. Okay. That helps me determine how heavy the box should be. Or how heavy the label should be. Dirksen. Andrew. Okay, you're not in there. We have one more 8N box. Oof. So hard to reach. All right, the further away one. Anthony Kalura and Andrew Zhang. Tell me a little bit about your bag. Did you have a lot of stuff, a little bit of stuff? Your bag didn't pop up right away. Anthony Shime. My brain says, do you remember Anthony? Let's see. Let's see. Here's my computer. There's Sven, there's Kip, there's Tammy. Who's that? Okay, that's Miss Alexandra. Let's see. Small bag. I'm assuming it's been a while. Help me out. I'm thinking of switching my phone plan to Mint Mobile. Getting tired of paying nearly $200 a month for a phone bill. What are your thoughts? Who do you use? I think I use Mint Mobile. And I think I pay like $350 for the whole year. All right, let's see. I've always wondered what like a big fancy plan would feel like, but I've always just used that. Okay, let's check in here again. Maybe we missed it. You mentioned it was a smaller bag, huh? So it could be a smaller bag at the very back of the box. So let's do it. Let's get through all these. We're going to do a very thorough look this time. Anna Cortez, Anthony Rodriguez, and Andrew, Angelo, Andrew Tate, Anthony Kalura, Anthony Roberts, Anthony Curtis, Andrew Draper, An Nguyen. So this box 100% does not have your cards in it. And now let's try this one. Just ship slabs. I'll check notes if I have a bag. Well, we can also get a little bag going here. So we can ship that with the slabs. Anthony Pariso, Dirksen, Antonio, Anthony Zanardi. Let me just check through here because you mentioned it might be a smaller bag. Antonio Silva. Sometimes I give up too early. Andrew Mercer, Andrew Zernberg or something like that. Amanda and Andon. All right, so I didn't see a bag. There we are. Very nice. Yeah, I didn't see a bag this time. Just looking behind me. Let me create a new bag for you. And we can get this shipped out too if you wish. Unless you prefer to keep it here. Just ship the slabs. How long is a while? How do you like it? All right. I recognize Anthony Shime. Anthony. For some reason, my brain says you had a ton of stuff. Keep the bag. Okay, we'll keep the bag over here then. We'll start it on 7.26. Okay. And we'll pop it in here. And we'll get the slabs now. Whew. Boy, we've been doing this for so many years. Crazy. I do this every single day. You ever think about how long I've done this nonstop? We'll click on your name. Now, I'm going to assume you haven't moved anywhere. We're going to use your previous address. And we're going to add a little bit of weight to the label. Okay, and now my software is calculating your label price, so that can take a minute. It always takes a minute. I don't know why it takes so long. It's kind of annoying. It's not in my 90 days. I'll check the emails. I've had T-Mobile for like 10 years. It's getting very disenchanting. Yeah, well, it's certainly disenchanting if you're paying a lot for it. I'll tell you that. Let me look it up. I'll look up what I paid for Mint Mobile right now because I actually just made a payment to them. They just withdrew it from my account automatically. They withdrew it from my PayPal, so I should just be able to search Mint Mobile. Ah, man, I'm getting that nauseous feeling. The Wegovy's kicking in. Such a terrible feeling. I put you in a bad mood even. Whoa, it says sales are up 22%. We must have had like a really bad previous month or something. All right, so we'll say Mint Mobile. There it is, payment to Mint Mobile, made on 6/27/2026. So for my mobile plan, it's $385 paid in full for the whole year. So if you're saying you're paying $200 a month, you must get like some really good internet for that $200. Did you say it was $200 a month? That sounds really expensive. $197 a month for me. Wow. Well, what do you get for $197 a month? What do I get? I'll tell you what I get if you tell me what you get. Let me see. So it's an app on the phone, Mint Mobile. I'm gonna log in. You got me very curious. I'm not trying to do like an ad for Mint Mobile, but you know, I want you guys to be able to save a little money if you can, because you know, all that money you just spent on your phone plan is a consumable versus you could have just bought Pokemon cards with that money. Okay, so my plan is 12-month unlimited plan. Here goes. So typical download speed is 357 Mbps. Typical upload is 30 Mbps. I don't know exactly how it all works. Yeah, I really don't. I can tell you the internet's pretty bad. I mean, when I turn on like my phone internet, it pretty much is strong enough to watch a little bit of TikTok, and I can definitely listen to YouTube music, which is useful for like driving around in the car, but it's not going to give you HD quality anything. Nothing will be HD quality, and everything will load slower. So when I go onto the internet, you know, like when I'm out and about and I want to go, let's say I want to live stream on my phone, it's going to be terrible. It's going to be fuzzy. And I've always thought I could do a really high level upgraded phone plan and be able to stream in high definition. But I don't know. I save so much money not doing that. Like I save more money than you guys would have given me in donations or anything like that. So it just financially, it just makes sense. I was exploring Mint. They're under T-Mobile, which I already have, and could save me like $1,600 a year. $1,600 a year, man, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to save. All right, you know, guys, you gotta look into those things in your life because it's not just your phone plan; it's everything. It's your car plan, it's your mortgage, it's your rent, it's your everything you're subscribed to. You know, all the subscriptions you have to like TV shows and stuff like that. It all adds up. You know, your cell phone's just one aspect. It's however your healthcare is working. If you can get those numbers to be more efficient and kind of trend downward, that's great because you have less money going toward expenses, and then you have more money left over for investing, and that can play a big role with how wealthy you are at the end of, I don't know, your 40s or something. And that plays a role in how soon you can retire, what you can do during your retirement. Do you have enough money for... Okay, so here we go. So we have a Greg order here. Greg is requesting $80. Oh, okay, hold on there, Greg. Greg, I didn't expect you to do that. I thought you were going to send me a message saying you wanted to cancel. I didn't think you were going to send me a message asking for money. It's not even showing up here. Is there a way to see it? Oh, there it is. Okay. You would like to cancel the Pichu. That's what you're saying. Okay, let me go look into the Pichu now. So I'm going to head over to Pichu. Slab away, Mr. Greg. Now, Greg, if you find another slab away, feel free to jump on it, okay? So I'm going to open my calculator. It's going to say 580 minus 490. So you have $90, and then we're going to subtract $20 from that for the cancellation fee. So you end up with actually $70. Okay, so the money you'll be owed back is $70. Let me go grab the Pichu in question. It should be in here. Where'd it go? Here it is. There's no way to message there. On Cash App, yeah, there is, because people will send me Cash Apps with the message every single time. Here it is. I'm sure you'll probably figure it out. It's probably something. So we got that there. There's the initial price. And so let me try looking at what your Cash App name is real fast. Does it give me your Cash App? Let me decline. Confirm you're declining. So you're owed 70. Let me send you 70. Let's see what happens. I know what you look like on Cash App now, so let me try this. So Greg Van Meter. Okay, I'm pretty sure I've got you, and I'm going to send you $70 now. Okay. Slab away. Cancel. All right, and we're going to hit pay. All right, there you have it, Mr. Greg. Thank you so much, Greg. JP is innocent. JP, what are you talking about? Now, we need a new sleeve for this guy, and he's going to come back up onto the table as a potential slab away. Oh, looks like we need a new baggie of sleeves. I got scammed by Jason Page. No! Let me go grab one of these. Jason Page strikes again. All right, here we are. Back in with new sleeves. Very important. What happened with Jason Page? You didn't hear the Jason Page story? It was like unavoidable. Any chance you have Bulbasaur and Venusaur to go along with the Ivysaur? Perhaps not. Perhaps not. It seems to have been graded very oddly, like it got separated from them somehow. He's very nice and independently of them, but there we are. All right, so Pichu. And now we're going to get a nice new price tag on Pichu. This guy is back up for sale. All right. There it goes. Very good. If they don't know who Jason is, then they're a scalper. All right. Who's next? Oops, I do not want to move that conversation. Let's see. We're going to delete these. Yeah, Mr. Greg, take a look at our Pricey Slabs channel if you're still watching. If you find anything you like over there, consider that as well, okay? So here's Cubone. We always got a rotating round of hot slabs. Grab this. Can add it to my Pikachu slab. Away, it's be fine before the 6 months. That? No, he's too expensive. So you got a big one, and that's another big one. And they're not related to each other. So the cards got to be related to each other typically to put them into Slabaway that way. Yeah, the Slabaway rules are one at a time. Sometimes when the cards are related, you can combine them. Here we are. Here's Cubone. Oh, something just sold. A Y Schwartz Hello Kitty sold. All right, cool. I'm going to get the label for that right now because we're going to make sure we can hand this off to Miss Alexis. If they do not know who... I already read that. We're going to print this. You got a big one on your plate. The Pichu might be there for a little while too, so I don't know if I'd be too worried about that. How heavy is this? 1 pound? They're not really 1 pound, are they? All right. Skip this. Man, those Hello Kitty slabs sell faster than a lot of other sets. You know, I sold a pretty good amount of them. The thing about the Hello Kitty slabs is if you get a black label Hello Kitty slab, those do really well. People love the black label Hello Kitty slabs. So I sold quite a few of those. All right, now this will say 2 boxes Hello Kitty. Very nice. Tossing that. All right. So I got to bring those down to her. I'm tempted to wrap up early today just to make sure we get that NHCC stuff ready on time. Can you put me into the Star Wars break? Hey, look at that, guys. The first person has joined the Star Wars break. It's official. This break is not getting canceled. This is an extremely nice sketch card. I mean, honestly, go look it up. Go look up other sketch cards with R2-D2 or other sketch cards with C-3PO. And this one is just unusually really nice. It is. And they get expensive too. Like, go look at how expensive they are before grading. They get really expensive. So we've got a very nice one there. Where's my Star Wars break spot? Says Mr.'s FBI agent. We are. When did you change your name to that? All right. I need a related Tyranitar slab away. Those Hello Kitty slabs sell faster. Did you see, I collected another Tyranitar poker slab recently. Oop, hold on, wait a second. Let me put this back. So, this one right here, yes. All right, check that out. There's a Tyranitar. You want one of these? Look at that. That's pop 3. How rare is that? That's why I get that gold deck. Gold deck and silver deck. I still can't believe how cheap this is. Ace of Spades Pikachu from 1998. And you go look up other 1998 Pikachus. They cost like thousands and thousands of dollars. This is like a $1,700 card. How? How's it so cheap? Makes no sense to me. I'm just continuing to hodl. I'm just going to keep stacking them and stacking them and stacking them all the way to the moon. Makes no sense why they're so cheap. Pretty much to me, it's just a thing where people are like closed-minded to it, or like they haven't experienced it, they haven't seen it, they don't know how hard they are to acquire, they don't know how hard they are to grade. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, how many of these Pikachus actually exist? Let's find out. You ready? It's a lovely Pikachu, right? It's going to be extremely rare. I have 2 of the PSA Greenback Persians. Nice, dude. Okay, so this Pichu is probably one of the chase cards from from Pokemon Poker. And remember, these cards are printed directly by Nintendo. Nintendo's the one printing these. Just 15 of them. What? That's nothing. That's nothing. You're looking at an extremely rare Pokemon card. But again, that's probably why also a lot of people just don't know about it. They've never seen this with their own eyes. Probably not a lot of these at the conventions. Dude, that's what I need to do. I need to go get a booth at a convention and fill the entire booth with poker Pokemon. People would know what it looks like. All right. Holy Ascended Heroes, or Mega Dream. That's Mega Dream. So what you're looking at in the thumbnail is a big pile of Mega Dream from my actual, the guy who gives me all the product in Japan. He's been the guy who gives me my product for like 4 years. He told me he's able to get a lot of product where the vendors were required to remove the shrink, basically. And they do that so that it can't be resold into America. And he's like, but hey, you trust me, so let me sell it to you. So I said, all right. Okay, so here is Anthony Shime. Keep my new bag. I only had slabs, tag slabs, PSA slabs. Sorry for the confusion. No problem, man. Appreciate it. So, oh, that label should be done, right? Let's get that label now. Would you like to print it for tomorrow? Nope. Okay, the label's done. Get your table next to Dragon Erica. Okay, thank you, Mr. Anthony Shime. That's all good. Your slabs are going to go out. And refresh here. I don't see a lot of blues, mostly greens. Yeah, so the green set gets cheaper than the other sets because people don't, they're racist against Venusaur or something like that. I don't know. They're racist against Venusaur. Oh, I don't want green back, only red back. So it is true, though. I mean, one has Venusaur on the back, the other one has Charizard on the back, so you do the math. And then as for the yellow deck and the blue deck, they were printed a little bit later. So like a year or two later, they were printed as additional playing card sets. And so I don't think they printed as many of them, and they're just more rare. Like, you can tell because now, hold on, did I do this right? Why? There's none of these for sale? That doesn't make sense to me. I'm trying to find the price for this guy. Wow. Cubone just sells for a lot of money. All right, so this Cubone as a 9. Now here's the silver version. Look, sold on June 19th, $350. They say 1999 silver deck, but that's not accurate. It would be the year 2000. So they asked $350 on theirs. I'm going to ask $350 on mine. Okay. All right, there goes Cubone. Crazy expensive, man. People want that Cubone. Mario's so nostalgic. I'm sorry. I was probably talking about something and I got interrupted by looking up those prices. But yeah, people prefer the red deck, and so the green deck tends to sell for cheaper. So if you go online and you look at a poker card and you're like, whoa, that's expensive, and it's like a green deck card, and you can't even find a red deck, what does that tell you? You know, like red deck's getting pretty expensive. But there's definitely a preference toward red deck, and that's true with like the Cardos cards too. Like if you go to Cardos Prism, I call them Game Boy Cardos. So the Game Boy Cardos cards, the green decks are very nice. Honestly, the way to collect them is you need one of each. That's why I always say, like, it's going to bug you if you only have red deck. They're meant to be a pair. So you need the red deck and you need the green deck together. When it comes to the poker cards, the way I see it, if you really want to collect it, you got to get one of each of the Charizards. Red, green, blue, and yellow. You need to have all 4. And then it feels like you've got a complete set. So that's the same way. But yeah, if you look, yellow deck does really well, red deck does really well, and then green does okay. I feel like blue deck struggles a lot, actually. I don't know why. Blue deck is also pretty cheap. So, because blue deck's Blastoise, and green deck is 1996, whereas blue deck's 1998. I don't know why that matters so much. I don't think it matters. So I personally do like blue deck because I know how hard it was to acquire. It was harder to acquire than green deck. Green deck was easy. It's all over the place. But blue deck's and that's a relative term when I say all over the place. All the poker cards are very rare, but relative to the other colors, yellow and blue were hardest to acquire. So I worked harder on acquiring them. And then red and green, they were much easier to acquire. There's plenty of it for a long time. You would think red, blue, and yellow would all be good. Oh, you think that Blastoise would be good. Well, and then again, there are people who just don't care what the back of the card is. They're just getting, like in this case, like Cubone. It could be blue, it could be yellow, it could be red, it could be green. This is a Cubone. So it's a Cubone poker card. So some people just say, I just want that poker card. And I would say I'm in that category. So for me, when I'm looking at the poker cards, the back of the card doesn't matter that much to me anymore because I just collect all of them. It makes no difference, right? Like I'm going to have blue. I'm going to have green. And so who cares if it's blue or green? And then hopefully the prices are just presenting good value to me. You know what I mean? So I look for value, but that's about it. It's uncomplicated. What's up, people? Happy Monday. What's up, Daniel Berry Sports Highlight? All right, let's see what else we got here. So we got some more cards here. We got Princess Peach. Wow, doesn't that look fantastic? Queen of Spades. All right, let's grab this. I have some 15 or 10 year anniversary poker cards too. I know I have the mouth in the anniversary. So nice. All right, give me a second here. I can smell Kara's. She's cooking food, man. Okay. Texting her. There we go. All right, let's get a price tag on this. Ooh, what she's making? She's making some, I guess, Asian flavored food. The Sun and Moon era poker cards are the best. I have seen those. Not a lot of those either. What's interesting about sets like the Sun and Moon era set is they'll have the starters from that time period, right? And you can only get it from that deck. You know, like everyone wants Pikachu, everyone wants Charizard, but if you want to collect something like the black and white starters, for example, well, you got to get them from the black and white deck. That's where they come from. So let's type in Peach, PSA 10 Peach, and wow. So here's one Peach poker card. It looks way worse than ours, and they want a full $100. I don't know. Let's go for it. It's fried. That's right. I don't know about that fried rice. Egg rolls and rice. Wait, do I have that saved? I'm going to play it for you guys. I haven't heard it in a while myself. Seattle's Pride Parade begins. Seattle's Pride Parade. Got all the furries. All right. Whew. Okay, and hopefully they all collect Pokemon. Here it is, the egg rolls and rice.
Egg rolls and rice, fried rice.
I don't know about the rice, though.
That's what I want, though.
That's what I want.
Rice is on that paper that we're not supposed to have.
It's fried.
It's still rice.
What is he arguing? It's fried. It's fine. It's fried. That's real crazy. All right, making sure I pushed all those buttons right. All right. That's pretty crazy. I don't know about that fried rice. It's fried. That's what I want. Here's Luigi. Boy, that story is so crazy because that guy dies. He does not make it. He's not one of the people from the show that lose weight. He dies. There we go. When eating becomes a life or death situation. That's why I think in the future, a lot of society is going to be on those GLP-1s, man. They're going to be like wearing glasses or something. There you go. It's going to be pretty common. Man, I was at Walmart just picking up the prescription for that, and I was looking around. I was like, boy, a whole bunch of people could use this. Excuse me. Is that something that happens often in that show? I watched a lot of My 600-Pound Life. I love that show. It's so watchable. Now, I haven't watched every episode, but for a little while, I watched a couple seasons. And yeah, there's a lot of insane moments. If you ever watch that show, there's a lot of insane moments. And what's really morbid, I guess morbidly obese about the show is quite a few of the people who are featured on it just die later. They don't make it. And then some people do. Some people actually survive and they lose weight. And it's like, whoa, you know, like you're dealing with the life or death behavior. Not unlike somebody who's addicted to alcohol, which I think food addiction is very similar to alcohol addiction. Dang, man, I'm eating fried rice tonight in his honor. Well, you know, normally you can eat fried rice, but not when you weigh 600 pounds. And he was not 600 pounds. For him, 600 pounds would be light. He was probably like 700 or something like that. That guy was fully bedbound. He could not move. They were wiping his butt for him. And all the while, he's eating like 10 times the amount any human adult should be eating. So he goes to the bathroom, but just laying there, I guess. I don't know how it works. I don't know how it works, how it becomes normal for them. It's pretty insane. Oh my God. Baby Yoshi. So we got Yoshi and Baby Yoshi. And there's Mario, Raccoon Mario. Wow, these look so cool. Wait, so that's the Queen of Spades Princess. Here's the King of Spades Mario. There's the Jack of Spades Luigi. Was there supposed to be, like... Tell me this is not supposed to go with it. No, okay. So far, anyways. I'm wondering if I sent them... Look at that one. I'm wondering what I sent them. All right, guys. Well, it's slowed down a lot. Let me go ahead and price this guy up. Last night was a little bit slow, too. Sunday night, that was a slow night. There. Let's go ahead and price this guy. Baby Yoshi. I don't want to rush through Baby Yoshi because I don't know next time I'm getting PSA slabs, guys. It could be a long-ass time before we get another PSA submission. So I don't want to rush through any of these slabs. I'm hoping they stick around for a little while. But here are these really cool Mario slabs. They're from 2015. I got you some nice graded 10 slabs. These are much more affordable than Pokemon cards, but they are just a bit of fun. Okay, so it's like you could just collect super expensive overpriced Pokemon slabs all day, but you'd be surprised. Mario's a nice brand too. And they didn't create a Mario TCG, did they? So the only options you have for Mario are stuff like this, you know, Hanafuda Mario or maybe like Panini Mario. And here I've found Poker Mario, and of course there's Cardos Mario. So you don't get as many options with Mario collectibles, but Mario's a big brand, so I like him a lot, and I just think these look really fancy. Look at this. That nice. We'll do 150 on that Mario. And we'll keep pricing up these slabs as we go. But how long have we been live? Just about 2 hours, huh? And it's 5:36. We started a bit later today, and the stream seems pretty dead. It seems pretty slow. So I'm not going to press you guys to keep it running. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up here, guys. I'm going to wrap up. I have a lot of work to do. I have to get Mr. NHCC's slabs shipped. So that's my goal. He has just ordered a lot of shipping. So that's the goal today. So I'm going to get this done, and I'm going to get it ready for Miss Alexis. Are the 2010 black and white playing cards harder to find? Not white 2, white, and black 2. Yeah, so you're talking about part 1, right? I don't run into them too often, but I do run into them. But yeah, I would say they're much more rare than the part 2. The part 2 was always a bit cheaper and more common, but that's changing fast. Yeah, you're seeing part 2 kind of become hard to find, and the prices on them rising rapidly. Ultimately, that's black and white poker. I mean, it's from 2012, for heaven's sake. It's 14 years old. It's a 14-year-old card set, and there's never enough Pokemon cards. I mean, they printed 100,000 of those just Burger Chews. It was just one common card, and there's still not enough. So I'm confident, however much of the black part 2 and white part 2 there is, it's not enough. You know, like we could one day have 100 black part 2 Eevees, and there's still not going to be enough. It's like a drop of water in a bucket or a grain of sand in the desert. There's so many people that want one. So it's a very interesting set, and black and white has been good to me so far. All right, guys, I'm hopping off. I'll see you for the nighttime stream for Monday. I hope you guys will be there, and I hope we go a little crazy. Oh, what the heck? So wait a second. I wasn't getting any of your messages. I thought that the stream was just dead, basically. Miss Cat says, honestly, that's really sad. Maybe the GLP-1s can help them. Yeah, when I was walking through Walmart, I saw a lot of people who are definitely fatter than me, like by a lot, like really obese people. And I thought, I'm on these GLP-1s because I can afford them. But I was like, you need them more than I do. So that's what I was looking at when I was just walking through Walmart. And a lot of them were in line for some kind of medication. So even just the people, there was like a big, heavy lady, and she was sitting on a metal bench next to the line to get the medicine from, you know, the pharmacy. And I'm thinking, you need the GLP-1s more than I do. And you can barely stand up. That's not good. What the hell? Let's see. Are you doing tag or PCG grading? I'm doing a lot of tag grading, but we're waiting for our tag subs to return, and tag is currently closed. So we're hoping they open back up soon. Don't forget to wash your bed sheets. Mister needs to go to Costco. We don't have one where I live, sadly. So, yeah, it's pretty rough. All right, guys, I had a lot of fun. Let's join back up for the nighttime stream, and let's see if it gets a little crazier then. This has been a short but sweet daytime stream for Monday. Happy summertime, guys. It's hot out there. Be sure to go swimming. I might go swimming, but not now. It's already closed. Maybe I'll go swimming in the lake. I can go swimming in the lake anytime I want, so I might go swimming in the lake. See you guys later.